Hello.
I'll give you all a moment to get on the line.
Should we do? Let's go. Nikki, Yicky.
Hello, world.
Is it typical to let them like kind of flow in a little bit? How's
Yeah,
everybody
maybe just
doing?
like, Joe, what do you think? You let them sort of like get a good spot on the couch,
Yeah.
and then they
Give them like 30 more seconds and you can start
30
going.
more seconds.
Just give your preamble about what's happened today.
What's happened today?
The deluxe album
Was that today?
today. That's what we're doing today.
All right. There's already 5,000. There's 550. We wait for a number.
I don't know. How many people?
Hello, Mexico. We got Brazil. We got
People from all over. How's everybody's day? I took a shower with Amazon on hold today. Sort out a problem. So I'm fresh out of the shower. I'm doing good.
That's good.
Isn't that
All right.
great?
Let's start with the questions.
We're just going to dive right into the questions. None of this.
Will there be any Pressure Machine tracks on the UK tour?
Let's do some. Of course there is.
Yeah.
It's hard not to play some.
Yeah, I mean, this is we're largely approaching this as imploding the Mirage tour, but there are a couple. We've obviously released Pressure Machine in the meantime, and trying to find out, which of those songs will find a place in a setting like a stadium or an arena, because that record was not written with that in mind, as you probably know. So, but some of them some of them sound like we found
We've rejiggered.
versions, yeah.
We've reformed them.
Which brings us to the Getting By 2.
What? That's a secret.
So the Getting By 2, is a reworking of the Getting By, and that's kind of tailor made for that setting. And we've been rehearsing it, and it feels great. I think it's gonna feel good in a big room. So that's gonna happen.
Well, why don't we tell the good people of the internets how we came came by the way of doing things, doing different renditions of the songs.
Yeah, we had the luxury of having finished lyrics, and we've talked about it a little bit, but usually lyrics they're important, but they are not something that come very easily to me, and it'll be something that I'm finishing up until the last till the 11th hour. And it was nice having them finished, and what it brought about was us being able to have fun and play with different versions of these lyrics and try different roads and different cars for these songs to write in.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the deluxe comes from.
Yeah. So when we were doing the deluxe, we stumbled upon this version of the Getting By, which was sort of amped up, and it it wasn't perfect, but it had something that sort of piqued our interest. So we started working on it, carving it, and we arrived at this version, which is out today,
Mm-hmm.
that you hear now. And it's fun for us to take, so I wish we could do this to a lot of our other songs too, is to take a song and rework it, reverse engineer it, and put it in different clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was sort of the I guess the premise to having the whole deluxe album. You have these different versions, these different iterations of songs that are good, but they just didn't sort of like fit the complexion of Pressure Machine, the original version. So it's nice. We had some time. We weren't playing shows, so we ended up doing a different kind of deluxe record than typical, which is cool.
Yeah, and we were able to make a video for the Getting By, and it's sort of treating it as a single, and it's just nice, to rework the record and give it its due.
Oh, also with the video, Robert did it, so we
Right.
should talk about that.
Yeah, the same guy that directed and gave us Notes from a Quiet Town, he also directed the video for the Getting By, and it was great working with him. He also did all of our TV appearances that we filmed in Eureka, Utah, for Pressure Machine. So there was In Another Life and Sleepwalker, and what was the third song that we did?
Dance the
Runaway Horses.
Runaway Horses.
Runaway Horses. That one turned out the best. Maybe. You like In
I
Another
wasn't
Life.
there.
Except
I was there. I was watching you on the other side eating popcorn.
pouting.
Pouting. Why am I not there? But Robert Michoan, am I saying his name right?
McCoyan, I think.
That's what I said.
Yeah, McCoyan.
McCoyan.
So good.
We should talk a minute about this guy because he's a badass. He's a very talented, very smart guy. Very smart. He's actually a professor at the Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah, and he's made movies. He's got a movie called The Killing of Two Lovers, which is awesome, and the sound is really awesome. I can't think of any other words besides awesome, but the sound of that movie is really great. It's really thoughtful and unique, and he's doing other movies too. So keep an eye out for him because I think he's going to be the next Steven Spielberg, probably.
Okay, let's get some more going here. Let's see. How did you source the confidence to take your shot as a band? This is from Ruby Kite.
Great question, Ruby Kite. Next
source it?
question.
What? Yeah, well, it was like a do or die situation. It was for you too. It was for everybody, kind of.
Yeah.
It was. We were all at a pivotal moment in our lives, I think. If you're looking back at it, and you just have to take that plunge. And I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but we were very lucky and fortunate. And
Looking back, if you were the age you are now, would you have the energy to do it all over again?
to start right now.
Yeah, start now.
Ooh. I don't know if I could start it right now. If you'd asked me when I was...
Because there's a certain our brains weren't formed yet. There's this certain amount of game of dodgeball. We weren't afraid of anything.
If you asked me when I was 35, I would have said I could do it again. But at 40 and a half, I don't know that I could do it with the same intensity. Okay. Ron, this one's for you, from Allie Michelle. Which song, if you can think of one, is the hardest or most difficult song to play?
Which song?
Live probably, yeah. Like on you, what's it most taxing for you?
Taxing? Gosh, I don't know.
I don't ever notice you. It's only maybe if we're like in a high elevation or something where you notice a song like this.
Dragging ass. Well, there was one part. I think we played South Carolina, and it was the air was so thick. It was like I needed gills to get through a show. But I think we were all dragging. It was just so moist. It was summer and really humid that day.
This one's Billy McClure. The song Pressure Machine and In the Car Outside songs. Will they get a video to promote them, and will they get played live in the future? So no videos are in the works, but we have been rehearsing both of those songs, and both of them are coming along nicely. And so our fingers crossed those are both going to be coming up on the new sets.
The thing with videos, ladies and germs, is there's no MTV anymore, and so we're still it's still an awesome media to have, but in some ways necessary, but it's not as mainstream. And so record labels, if you have the luxury of having a record label, generally don't have the budget they used to have for that kind of promotion because it just doesn't get the eyeballs it used to. So you see less and less people doing sort of casual videos and more people doing more art piece videos like what we've done, and kind of becoming their own thing. And maybe this sort of transition is a good thing because it sort of forces you to get outside and outside the normal box of just like filming a $1 million music video with fireworks and girls and stuff, and forces you into thinking about music and visual mediums in other ways. How do you like that? I blacked out. What did I say?
This one is Chloe Blue. Back to the Getting By. Why does it have so many reimagined versions? I think this is a good question because it wasn't that it was favored in any way. I think that we just had a lot of faith in the content, and we were really wanted to find its home on the record. And listening back, I think it's an interesting thing to hear, and we're happy that we're able to release all these versions. But I wouldn't change the version that we've settled on.
No.
For the first incarnation of the record, it's perfect, and it closes out the record, and we're really proud of it. But yeah, then that's why there are that many versions of that song.
Yeah.
And there's still others that we didn't quite get to finish.
There are others.
Jeez.
There are others. There might be a Pressure Machine Deluxe. Deluxe.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know what's.
Should also be noted that like these mixes and performances are just like they're one shots. They're essentially demos. And I don't think the lyrics. Some of the lyrics are changed. Some of the lyrics are different.
Yeah.
Melodies are different. Everything's it's sort of loose. So go easy on us.
Let me find another stack of questions here.
I want to talk to a person.
Okay, get a person on there. Well, here's
How
what
do you do this?
when we started, there was 6,000 people watching. Now it's 3,500. So take your shirt off or something. Oh, okay. Do you want to go live or something?
Yeah. How do we do that, John? John's our tech support.
I think we go. There's like people here.
Oh, requests to join.
So you just accept.
Fire at random.
Good. Let's do it.
This is random. So we hit accept.
Should work.
Hi,
Hey,
Hi.
there we go.
I'm from Brazil, and I would like to know when you will come back here. We'll miss you.
It's gotta be. I mean, we haven't got. It's not written in stone yet. But I would assume it's probably going to be the early part of 2023.
Yeah. On the back side.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear this. We love you. Thank you
We
so
love- we
much
had-
for your music.
Some of our greatest live experiences have been in Brazil, and we would not neglect you. We're going to definitely come.
Lollapalooza is start next week, I think, and you. Sorry for my bad English. I'm really nervous right now.
It's okay.
Me too.
I didn't believe when you accepted my solicitation. My heart is like 1,000 miles. I want to know. Sorry. Lollapalooza. You were in Lollapalooza, the last one. I think in 2019.
That sounds right.
Is that right?
You were there. I go to the show, and I was so. I can't explain the feeling that we was, and I'm so happy that it happens. I'm so happy that you will come back here soon.
We will be
And that's it. Thank you so much for that opportunity.
there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Yeah.
John.
She's got it ended.
Okay.
I can leave.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Turn the
never mind.
camera
How do
on.
we
This
turn
is
it
good.
on? How to hit X? Okay, there we go. Okay, what do we got?
Can we do another one?
Hold on, let's see. Let's got a couple more questions. how do the killers or the fashion people pick out the outfits you all wear at concerts or in music videos? Who's your fashion
people.
person?
Oh, I don't. Obviously, somebody very talented.
Let's see. Yeah, come on. Any questions on here? What's the best song to play live? You got a question, John, that you like?
There were a bunch of questions about Succession and what your thoughts were on the last season.
Oh. Are you pro Shiv or
I see myself in every character.
yeah?
I mean, you strike me more as a Roman, Ronnie.
Really, you're fired.
What's Tom's last name?
Whamsgams.
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 Yeah, it's they obviously at the end of that last one, it seemed like he was turning on her, and I thought I've just been rooting for him since the beginning, kind of. So I thought
Rooting for Tom.
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice, Tom.
Yeah, he's very.
I got a couple of
Great
Vegas related questions since you guys have those shows coming up soon.
We have shows
Yeah,
in Las Vegas.
in Las Vegas,
When?
the 15th through the 18th.
Nobody told me that.
3 sold-out shows at the Cosmopolitan.
I got to
Okay.
check my schedule. I think I have a
So,
dentist appointment.
if you could resurrect an old Vegas classic, whether it be a restaurant, casino, or bar, what would it be?
Odyssey Records.
Oh wow! Is it
Remember
gone? It's
Odyssey
gone,
Records?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Odyssey Records, or like I just miss the old record shops. Like Benway Bop was another one.
Big B's even.
Big B's. Is Big B still there?
Big B's is gone.
Yeah. So Vegas for a while there was really when people were buying physical records felt like a pretty felt like a pretty thriving scene for that kind of. You could find a bunch of underground or indie rock bands and things like that. And they would come through and play these record shops too. That'd be good.
John Chirico. Did you plan on making most of the songs in B flat, or did it just happen that way? They're not most. I don't think most of the songs are in B flat, but we do have.
Penchant for the Black Keys.
Yeah, if I sit down to a keyboard, my middle finger it goes to that B flat, and my thumb goes to that F, and my pinky goes to the D, and it's just a natural. It's just a natural shape, and so I feel real comfortable there. There are a lot of classical pieces are in B flat. Maybe our ears are.
Well, an
towards
interesting
that.
piece of muso knowledge is Dave and Mark would tune down to E flat. So we sort of have, like I said, a liking for the darker keys. Drop that half step, you know what I'm saying, John?
I do.
What other questions you got, John?
Any sightseeing what should a first-time visitor to Las Vegas be sure to go and do and see?
Most people, if they're going to Vegas, they're going for the Vegas experience, right? So they should go and just comb the strip top to bottom. The bottom is the north side of Vegas, North Strip, and that's the older part, Fremont Street and things like that. And that's been revamped in the last 10 years or so. And then the south side of it is all the new stuff. And it's all fun. It's all good. There's also lots of nature things to do. There's Red Rock and Mount Charleston, and Lake Mead, and the Hoover Dam and the Colorado River, and that's stuff that's sort of more up my alley.
There's been questions about Sean Everett and Stuart Price,
Yeah, both doing fine. Both doing well.
and we've been working on the next record with them, and we've made quite a bit of progress. There's just something to be said for not stopping the train. We've never done this before. It's always been album, tour, cross your fingers because you can write another song, and then tour and cross your fingers, and you kind of get out of shape. And it's been a blast for us to stay in that songwriting zone. And so we've already got a couple in the can with
We got one totally mixed.
completely done, yeah. And it's kind of a thrill.
There was a question about the difference of Rado's approach to Stuart's approach to when making the record.
Between Rado and Stuart?
Yeah, Rado and Stuart are very different. Stuart is very interested in I wouldn't say he's less interested in referencing the past. He's got a more futuristic eye and ear, and Rado, it likes things that are tried and true and tested, and so that would be, I think, the biggest difference with them. And both are great, great in the studio.
Yeah. The thing about Rado too is the dude is just such a talent that there's a lot of extemporaneous, a lot of just go off the cuff kind of spontaneous ideas and playing when we're all in a room together. That's just his well is a long way from running dry, and so that's fun to be in a room with people like that, because it inspires you and triggers you to do different, make different musical decisions too. And Stuart has that too, but Stuart is like he's got this laser focus and method almost that's also very useful in a studio record making scenario. Both terrific guys. I would eat dinner with both of them.
All right, should we do another couple live videos and then wrap this month's Instagram live up? What?
Also, we should tell them what we're doing. Right, we're rehearsing. That's why we're here. We're in this studio and we're doing rehearsals so that we can knock the rust off and be good for y'all.
All right, we got quite a few requests. It doesn't tell where they're from.
I like that. I like the roll of the dice. Maybe somebody with a little.
Let's go with the number one.
Let's see what's going on.
The next song going to be heavier, more indie rock and roll. Here, tell us about
the operators came. Hey, it's Friday.
Put it on, watch it down. Yeah. All we gotta do is watch it down.
You're live. Get it together.
There's a kid. All right. How do I close it?
We can.
Okay, pick another person. Pick anybody. Oh, sure.
I don't know how to get rid of this
Oh, no.
person.
We don't know how to get rid of this.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, you got a question for us or what?
I just want to say hi.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Shoot one at us.
That's my caution.
I love Caution. I love that song Caution.
Thank you.
First heard it when I was in the store recently, and I'm going through a rough time. And that song, I want to burn my town down. Oh my god! Dude, I fucking rock! Oh my god!
All right. We're glad that we could be some assistance. All right. Have a
sorry.
good Friday. It's okay.
You
Have a good day. Okay.
No, you hang up.
Yeah, we should be able to
Oh my god!
be like an X, but I'm not. Oh, I don't know how to get rid of that person. But there should be an X in the right, but it's not.
All right. All right. You have any final?
Final thoughts?
We're excited. We've been playing. We're just rehearsing, and this. We sound pretty good, and we're getting the show together.
You know, knocking the rust off. Feels good. Aren't you happier? We're playing every day. Isn't that
Well, no,
nice?
I feel more confident.
Sure. I'm happier.
Are you just happier to play?
Yeah,
Maybe
I figured out that I'm
It's like
like,
exercise for you, though. It's like your brain, you know.
but it's everything. You know, it's nice to just, it's good. I'm happier. Thanks for asking, everybody.
See you in April's installation. It's just this one just seemed like there wasn't as much to talk about before. I don't know
Oh, we
why.
spent